Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to construct a morphological tree. This comes from morphology, which is the study of word formation. So within this discipline or within this field of within this category, we can call it, right? We analyze how words are formed. So we have something which is known as a morpheme, which is the smallest linguistic unit with a meaning or grammatical function. And we see how morphemes can be added to words to create new words. All right? In this context, we're going to be looking at what is known as an affix. An affix would be that small grammatical element. If it is placed at the front or at the if it is placed at before the word or at the front of the word, that is known as a prefix. And if it is placed at the end of the word, that is known as a suffix. Okay? So affixes can be inflectional or derivational. Inflectional means it does not change the meaning, it just adds additional information with regard to grammar. So an example could be S, which would be pluralization. That would be S, the letter S is used for pluralization. And an example of a derivational affix would be something like ER, which we could put at the end of a verb to create a noun. Okay? So that's what an affix is. So when we say affix, we're talking about prefixes and suffixes. In fact, I'm actually going to include the lesson that I would have covered on prefixes and suffixes. So you'll be able to access that in the description. Now when it comes to morphological trees, these are diagrams that help us to see how a word is formed. We are analyzing that word entirely. So how do we do this? First, we identify the root word and its part of speech. Root word or base word, that is going to be the word within the word within the word that cannot be broken down any further. Once we have identified that base word, we proceed to identify the affixes. And as I said, the affixes are going to be either a prefix or a suffix. Okay? Then we determine the order in which the affixes are added and identify the parts of speech of the new words. Of course, all of this will make more sense when you see the diagrams. All right? So let's do it one by one. Let's start here. Encouragement. So what is the root word in encouragement? First of all, is a noun. We have courage. Courage is going to be our root word because that's the word that cannot be broken down any further. So we put the word here in courage. And it would be helpful to separate them. Yes? So N, that's our prefix. Courage, that's our root word, and meant. Okay, so we identify them. This is an affix, so we just put AF here. Courage is a noun. And here, that's an affix, in this case a suffix, AF. Okay, so courage. Now we have to determine the order in which the affixes are added. Okay, so if we have courage, can we say encouragement? No, we can't say encouragement. Therefore, we have to say encourage. That's the order we would go. Courage, we get encourage. So it goes from courage over here, which means that if we add the affix N, it becomes what? A verb. So we put V. That's right. And from that, encourage, we add ment. Now meant would make sense. So it becomes a noun. Therefore, it goes from a verb to a noun, and we just connect that. And this is our example of encouragement. So we start with courage as the root word, all right? Then we go to encourage because we have to add encourage. We can't say encouragement, that doesn't make sense. So that's the next word we get, encourage, which is a verb. So we just connect, just connect the lines. And then from a verb, encourage, we add ment, so it goes up to a noun. And we just connect the line. So this is why you say you have to identify the parts of speech of the new words. So, not too difficult, right? Good. All right. So as you see, we identify the affixes and the part of speech of the base word. And as we add the affixes, we identify the parts of speech of the new words. Okay? Good. So dishonesty, that's our next word. So let's break it down. What's our root word? Honest. Because that's the word that cannot be broken down any further, okay? So that means this and ty would be our affixes, okay? So this, honest, honest, and then you can say y. And bear in mind, sometimes the spelling, you may have to make some adjustments because of the root word, right? Because dishonest, we can put the T in brackets here, right? Because if I eliminate the T, that wouldn't be a word, right? But the TY is a suffix. So honest, that is an adjective. TY would be an affix. This would be an affix. All right. So where do we go? We have honest. And this is a noun. So the first place we're going to go is we're going to make it negative. So we have honest, and the next word we're going to form is dishonest. So we go this direction. So adjective, it goes over here. That's an adjective as well, dishonest. And sorry. And then from dishonest, we get dishonesty. So when we add ty, we get a noun. Dishonesty. Muy bien. Muy bien. Why am I saying muy bien? As if this is a Spanish lesson. Wow, very well. Okay, let's see. Should we do it here? 2, 3. Okay, I'll do it here. All right, 3. Our next word is insincerity. That is a noun. Our word is going to be sincere. And we have ity and in as our affixes, okay? So sorry. Let me go back. Insincere. So we have to put the ity. Because like I said, you will have to make some adjustments because of the root word. All right. So that's an affix. This is an adjective. This is an affix. All right. So insincerity. Where do we go? Can we say sincerity? No. We say insincere. So sincere, it goes to an adjective when we add insincere. and we get a noun when we add ity. So insincere, ity. So it goes to a noun, and yeah, insincerity. Great. 4, overgeneralization. So this is a big word. What is our root word? Our root word is going to be general. So we have over is our affix, our prefix in this context. Then we have general. Then we have lies. Then we have Asian. Okay, so let's identify them. So affix, general is an adjective, eyes is an affix, Asian is an affix. All right. So we have identified the root word in general. So do we say over general? No. We say generalize. All right. So we go here. It's an adjective, but it becomes a verb when we add eyes. So generalize. Okay. Do we say generalize? We can't say generalization, but it's a verb now, right? So we go back to over generalize. So we go here, that is a verb, over generalize, and then we go to over generalization. So a noun, it becomes a noun, of course. Over generalization. So we go from general to generalize to over generalize to over generalization. And 5, we have control as our root word, and we have the affixes un, able, and bly. So 5, uncontrollable, controllable, control, yes. All right, so control is our root word. Control is going to be a verb. Control, why am I writing it in full? So control is a verb. Affix, right. So control, can we say uncontrolled? No, we say controllable. So it goes from a verb to an adjective in controllable. Controllable. Can we say controllably? No. So we go from control to controllable to uncontrollable. Adjective. And then from control to controllable to uncontrollable, we can go to uncontrollably, which is an adverb, right? When we add ly. V. Uncontrollably. Like I said, don't worry too much about the spelling. The spelling might not always be perfect because of the root word. So you may have to add some letters just for explanatory purposes, like I did with dishonest and insincere. So this is how we represent uncontrollably. So as we look at these diagrams, you see how a word starts at the root and how other affixes can be added and these other affixes create new words. So this diagram illustrates that process. Okay, so I hope that this was understandable. And of course, we're going to try some on our own. Okay, so we move on to a quiz. So let's see if we truly understand what we have just studied. So we have teacher. What's our root word? Our root word is going to be teach. And we have one affix in ER, right? So we have teach and then ER. So affix, teach is a verb. So if we add ER, it becomes a noun. So noun, yes, teacher. So it goes from a verb to an adjective, to a noun. 2, breakable. What's our root word? Break. And our affix is able. So breakable. Affix. Break is a verb. So if we add able, it becomes an adjective. Yep, that's right. So irreplaceability, this is a long one now, getting a little difficult. So irreplaceability, our root word is place. We have able, we have itty, and we have re, and we have ear. I think in Spanish again. So we have a lot of affixes in this one. So replace, able, replace, and itty. So we have 4 affixes. So place is a verb. Affix. Okay. So we go place. Can we say placeable? No. Can we say replace? Yes. So we go from it being placed as a verb to replace, which is also a verb. So we go here, verb, replace. All right. So now we have replace. Can we say irreplace? No. So we can say replaceable? Yes. So that becomes an adjective. So we have replaceable. Can we say replaceability? Not really. That sounds awkward. So we have replaceable, irreplaceable. Keeping with the adjective. So we have irreplaceable, and of course then we end off with the noun irreplaceability. Right? Also a noun. Irreplaceability. All right. Number 4, international. So our word is going to be nation. And we have the 2 affixes in inter and al, which is al, right? Inter, nation, oh. All right, so we have our affix. Our word nation is going to be a noun. F. So from nation, do we say internation? No, we say We have national. Right, so noun goes to an adjective, national, and then we have international as an adjective. So nation, national, international. And 5, oversimplification. Our root word is going to be simple. And we have over, we have ify, which is going to make it a verb, and we have Asian. All right. So over simple, we're gonna put simple in brackets. Ify, you gotta put y again. Y, and then we have yes, like I said, the spelling might be different due to explanatory purposes, okay? So over is affix, simple is an adjective, that's our root word. Ify is an affix, and Asian is an affix. Okay. So, simple. Can we say over simple? No. We say simplify, which turns it into a verb. So it's adjective goes to a verb. So we have simplify, right? Do we say Do we say simplification, or do we say oversimplify? Well, since this is already a verb, we would say, and because the entire word is a noun, oversimplify. Oversimplify. So oversimplify, and then we add Asian to form the noun. All right? So we get oversimplification. Okay. So I hope that you answered everything correctly. Many thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.